What's going on, guys? Connor Hansen from Performance Training here with Adam Cook. We're gonna riff a little bit about programming basics and some of the things that go along with programming. Hopefully, out of this vid, we're gonna try to help somebody that, let's say, they've never gone into the gym before, just where to start, even, and kind of just the basics with programming and starting up in the gym. So, what are some of the basics with programming that you found to be effective with yourself and then maybe with your clients as well?
Well, I always like to try anything I prescribe, right?
Yeah.
So my current thing I'm working on is just doing all full body splits. We've talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Doing 3 days of full body exercise, and it's I'm barely getting into it. It's kind of tough to break out of the old habits.
Yep. The whole bodybuilding splits.
Yeah, the bro split for so long, right?
For sure.
In the past, as I kind of got out of the bro split, which if people don't know, we'll kind of explain that here in a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe the last 3-4 years, I've been on more of a two-day split that I can hit. Maybe each of them twice a week.
Yeah.
A push day and a pull day.
Yeah.
Lower body and upper body involved both of those days. You want me to elaborate on that at all?
So we'll go back to the bro split is doing like chest and tries,
right,
back and bis,
right,
legs and calves, even though they're part of your legs, and then throwing in abs in there
right,
randomly.
Right.
And so you're going more.
And I did that for years. I think we all have.
I think everybody, that's kind of where they start because they've heard it so much. That's a big thing.
I did that for probably 10 years.
Yeah.
Which is a bodybuilding program.
Yeah, it's for sure bodybuilding parameters.
I didn't even know. And that's part of the education I gave to myself to,
Yeah, seriously.
Figure it out.
So you go a day of pushing. So when you say push, what do you mean by that?
The 2-day split?
Yeah.
Push-pull? Right. So I like to base it off pattern training. So on the push patterns, what I've kind of pieced together is a squat pattern, an upper body push, which would be like push-ups, bench press, overhead, dips as well. So any sort of pressing,
pushing away from your body.
Right.
Awesome.
And then I include lunges, which really could fit on either day.
Yeah.
But I include a lunge and a squat for my lower body patterns there. Cool. So any variation of those.
So like a squat, and then a squat is lower body push, and then your upper body is like a bench press. Or
And then you can go lunge, and then you can do an overhead press, right? Okay. You can throw the triceps and some delts in there that are working with those muscles. Quads, if you want to do a little bit of specific muscle training.
Yeah.
And then on the pull day, I would do any hinging bends, so stuff like your deadlift, kettlebell swings, right?
Yeah.
Barbell hip thrusts, that type of thing.
Cool.
Working the posterior chain, hitting the hamstrings. Posterior chain, if you don't know, is your backside, right?
Yep.
So really the whole chain is from your back down to your heels. A lot of glutes, back muscles, and hamstrings.
Yeah.
Right? So hamstring dominant moves, as well as any pulling. Obviously, right, we go into the pull day. So upper body pulling, you got your rows, pull-ups, anything like that. Mm-hmm. And then I would also throw a twist pattern in there. So any of my rotation work, I would lump in with my pull day. I think the twist, the rotation, and the lunge would be interchangeable as far as which day to do those. Yeah. That's kind of an athletic style program. I was going
to say, it sounds pretty functional.
Right.
You're training patterns a little bit more so than like a muscle group specifically.
Yep.
So you're doing pushing.
And you can throw in the bodybuilding with it, like I tend to do. So I'll do some biceps on my pull day.
Yeah.
Because they're being used, and I'll do some in rear delts. Maybe you can focus on the hamstrings as well. Right. On a push day, you could throw in the front delts, lateral delt if you want, and triceps.
Okay.
To get in a little bit of that, the glamour muscles, looking good, right?
Right.
So that was really successful with a lot of clients.
Yeah.
And I would, if I expanded, if they wanted to work out more than twice a week.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it, because you get good bang for your buck. A 2-day split.
Yeah.
For kind of your average person, right?
Right.
Works out maybe 2, maybe 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But you can expand on it to a 4-day program by just doing 2 pull days, alternating push day, pull day, push day, pull day, and really switching up as many of those exercises as you want.
Cool. Yeah, it sounds like I was saying before, it's a little functional. But you're hitting all the muscle groups, all the movement patterns.
Right.
And so have you been doing that with yourself and your clients, or
Both.
what do you do with you throw?
My clients get what I'm working on.
Okay.
So I tend to go through phases, and I teach what I'm learning at the time, typically. And so when I was really executing that a lot and seeing good results, that's what I was teaching, if it fit their goals.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, you got to cater around people's goals.
Yeah. So what would you, if you had to give like one piece of advice to somebody that is just starting out in the gym,
Sure.
what would you say to do?
Those patterns are big. They were big for me, and I like to teach my clients those. You can get creative with the different patterns, but in any given week, make sure you're training your upper body push, upper body pull, some sort of rotation, your squat, lunge, and a hinge or a bend.
Cool.
So I would say definitely hit each pattern at least one time a week.
Yeah, I think that's great. And we talked a little bit before we started the video that you kind of have this hierarchy that you were talking about. So before you worry about some things in the programming, you should start with kind of a base level.
Yeah, the super fundamentals, right? The 3 W's.
Yeah.
3 W's. Water. Are you drinking water? Are you drinking calories, or are you drinking water, right? Are you being hydrated? Walking. The most basic exercise. We're built for it. People think they got to get out and run. Cardio is overrated.
Right.
That's my opinion. Walking is a great form of cardio. A 20-minute walk every day. You can do it every day. It's active recovery.
Yeah.
It's good for the heart. And then whole foods, and that's a little nutrition. I don't know if we want to delve into nutrition at all.
Yeah, we'll probably have a whole nother video podcast on nutrition.
So the less processed food you can eat, the more whole foods. Those are the real 3 fundamentals, in my opinion, the WWW.
Okay, cool. So somebody that's just first starting out, I think the most important thing for them to do is to just get started, right? I feel like a lot of people are paralyzed and they're like, oh, well, I need to start a certain program, or I need to start, something. But in reality, if you're going from zero,
do something.
Do something, yeah. Start at 1 and just and build up.
Watch a yoga video on YouTube.
You can do anything. Honestly, you can start and do anything. But start and be consistent with whatever you do. I've had clients that will message me and they're like, oh, I want a nutrition plan, and so I'll write them a nutrition plan and I'll explain it to them and everything, and they're like, okay, this is awesome, and they'll stick with it for like 2 weeks, and then they're not getting the results they want, or they're like too happy with let's switch it up, and okay, I want to. What do you think about ketosis, or what do you think about all these other meal plans? And it's like just start with a calorie deficit and we'll move up from there. Start any type of program, even start the bro split.
Sure.
A bro split is better than a no split, right?
And that pattern training, if you're not going to the gym at all, if you start with once a week.
Yeah.
Make these big plans. People are like, I want to go 5 times a week. Okay.
Yeah.
How many times a week are you going right now?
Yeah.
0. Okay. Why don't you start with 1 day a week?
Yeah.
Micro goal.
Yeah.
If you're going 1 day a week, hit all those patterns I just talked about.
Yeah.
You're gonna work out your whole body. Do that once a week. Then step up to number 2, right? Number 2. That's my opinion.
Oh, I completely agree with it, because lots of people will say, okay, I'm going to hit the gym 5 times this week. They hit the gym once, and then they're sore. They hit that DOMS, the delayed onset muscle soreness, that you feel fatigued afterwards, and then you feel super sore, and then they never go back.
Right. And then you have that feeling of failure if you set this huge goal, right, and you're not meeting it. So I like the idea of micro goals, just small. Just go to the gym.
Start small, build up.
Right.
I think that's awesome.
Adherence, and that's basically what, that's the foundation of the exercise pyramid, right?
Yeah.
Adherence. So find something that you're going to do.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a huge fan of training for your goals, right? Depending on what your goals are.
Right.
And I believe time under tension, TUT, has a big influence on how your muscles are going to respond.
True.
Your soreness, your power output, all those things all have to do with the time that you're spending under tension or under a specific lift.
Right. Which is an advanced principle. But
right.
It's an advanced principle, but it's used every lift you do, whether you're aware of it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought it would be good to cover
a great
here.
trainer, if you don't know somebody, I trained for a long time, and somebody that has this knowledge to share it with you, if you're just getting started, man, that's huge.
Yeah.
Find somebody that knows this stuff and have them teach it to you.
Yeah.
Go a long ways.
Yeah.
And if you know stuff, like me and you have studied it for years and done it, man, how often are we coming to each other with new ideas that we just learned? So it doesn't ever end.
It's the best. Honestly, it never ends. You can read, all the books here and so much stuff on, the internet and, books and certifications and all that. There's just so much information out there.
Which is kind of, I think, plays into what you're saying about, just start. Sometimes they get, there's so much information, they get the paralysis by analysis. They want to figure it all out first. It's like, those fundamentals, man. Start walking, start doing something, right?
And I think something big, so we talked about, when you're first starting out, just start, and get going, and that's huge. I think writing it down, you know, because let's say you're only going to the gym once a week. Are you really going to remember the weights that you used and how many reps you did with those weights? You know, write it down. There's hundreds of apps that you can download on your phone to like put in everything that you're doing. My personal favorite for nutrition is Fat Secret, and we're not getting paid by these apps or anything like that. Fat Secret, I'm a big fan of that app
for
nutrition tracking, and then for putting in your weights and reps and sets and stuff. I think it's called Get Stronger or Get Strong. Don't call me on that.
And I've never used an app for that. A lot of people. I'm a pencil. And
I'm a pencil and paper kind of guy too. With all my clients and everything, I got their sheet right there.
Hated that.
Really?
Because they wanted something they could track on their phone.
Okay.
Because I'd give them the sheet and say, "Here's your program." Fill it in. So an app would be great. And that's a more focused, more detailed tracking, right? And once again, start somewhere. So maybe a general tracker. Use your calendar and write down the day you go to the gym, right? So people go, they get a gym pass, they start going, and they, like you said, 2 months later, I'm not seeing results. Okay, well, how many times have you been?
Right.
How many times have you worked out full body, this muscle group, right? So track that even in a bigger picture, I think, goes a long ways. I do it myself still. I've done it for so long, I don't track my reps and sets like I used to. Right. Because I've dialed it in at this point.
Totally.
When and how to push myself. But I still do the calendar tracker. I have a 6-week calendar, and I'd be happy to share it with you. You can post it to share with people. I set my own goals every 6 weeks, and then I look back and I hold myself accountable that way and say, hey, if I was planning on 3 days a week, did I actually do it?
Right.
Because if I'm not hitting my goals, well, there's why. Maybe I wasn't going that as often as I planned on, right?
Yeah. And I like that you said that you're able to motivate yourself to hit, certain rep ranges or whatever. Like the staying motivated or whatever in the gym, I think is a huge key on it when you're just starting out. Start out with whatever you're doing and then go hard at it, Like actually, I don't want to say I don't know how to put this, but like have your workouts be intense,
sure.
Right? There's a lot of wasting the time in the gym, like going for 2 hours in the gym, and it's like if you're at the gym for 2 hours, that might be too long for you.
Absolutely.
You should have a basic, 3 to 5 minute cardio warm up or dynamic warm up, something like that. If you know muscle groups that you're tight, you should stretch those. If you're not super familiar with, some of your tight muscle imbalances or whatever, go to just like your first exercise that you're doing, do a few warm up sets, building up the weight until you feel comfortable that that's a working set.
Right.
And go from there.
Right.
But then don't spend a whole lot of time in between exercises. ATP, which this is getting super deep, but like your body's energy systems replenish pretty quick.
Right.
And so even though you might still feel fatigued, your muscles can still crank out contractions. They can still move weight.
Right.
And so if you are taking so long in between sets and even reps, if you're stopping, you're just wasting time.
Right.
That you could be spending doing other things, I don't have time to go to the gym. Well, yeah, your gym sessions take 2 hours. I don't have 2 hours to throw down on a gym session either.
Right. Yeah, the warm up for sure, and it can be quick. And if you talk to a trainer, if you know how to self-diagnose and get, maybe 10 minutes total between to really be warm and really be into a working set. Unless you're doing, maybe like Olympic weightlifting, you might want to go a little longer. But in and out of the gym in an hour.
Yeah.
And that's if you're going to the gym. That's another thing is, people get caught up on that you have to go to the gym to exercise. And obviously we want people, coming to performance training.
You want to come to performance training, hire me as a trainer.
Little different culture here too than your big corporate gyms. Right?
Yeah.
But you can do stuff at home, and you can do stuff body weight,
Yeah.
Circuits are a great way to keep
the rest times
up. If your goal is to just get in shape and lose weight or whatever, circuits are great for that.
Yeah.
Hit the whole body or half your, however you want to set up your split.
Yeah.
And just get to work.
Just start. Yeah. Honestly, that's the biggest thing is you just need to get going. Because people get that paralyzed feeling of, I have to have this perfect thing, or there's so much information out there.
I'm guilty.
For sure. Sometimes I'm guilty for it too. But the biggest advice to anybody that's wondering what they should do is just 1, get started. 2, pick a program and stick with it for a while, until you start seeing results. If you don't see results after an extensive period of time, then maybe switch it up. Maybe your body doesn't respond to that. Then, but you have to be honest with yourself and actually go hard at something.
Right. And that's where the tracking does go a long ways.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure. Okay, do you have anything else you want to add before we
No,
wrap
that's
this
good.
up?
And keep in mind, this is just the gym basics. There's
Yeah.
so many other aspects as far as health and wellness, right? But if you're looking to get in the gym, yeah, some good fundamentals right
Yeah,
there.
I think so too. Okay, hit a like, subscribe, comment if you will. Help out the channel a whole great deal. And we'll be back at you with another video here as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, ask questions,
Yeah.
have suggestions, things you want us to address or questions specific to what we talked about today.
Yeah.
Let us know.
And Instagram is Performance Training Utah. I've changed it from Performance Training _ to Performance Training Utah, just trying to keep everything streamlined. I'll have that in the stuff down below. And check you guys next time.